Hello and thank you everyone for choosing my channel. This is where I want to archive and share the simple and meaningful things that I continue to learn and gather every day. In this first video, I would like to share with you 5 simple truths to get motivation and positivity when you feel discouraged and difficulties in daily life. Now let's get started. First, human beings cannot live without a purpose. There are days when our energy gets low and the temptation to give up becomes more stronger than ever. The only reason that motivates a person to get out of bed and push aside their negative thought is that there is no way other but continuously make an effort and try to make their life better. Is it obvious that people often tend to complain about why difficulties happen to them? And of course, everyone wishes for an easy and comfortable life. However, if you change your perspective and stop focusing on complaining about why everything is so challenging and so hard to me, but instead ask yourself how I would be if I didn't know what I wanted to do, and if I had no purpose in life, then what would I be like in my own life? Through this, we should feel happy and grateful for our own lives every day because we have goals to reach in the future. We have things that challenge us, make us tired, and sometimes even discourage us to achieve what we desire. But it doesn't matter. What matters is when we are aware that the difficulties are just the moments in life created for us to help us get stronger and step closer to our goals. We ourselves will see personal growth as we consistently put in relentless effort to solve and overcome our challenges over time. Sooner or later, we will realize that every day holds meaning because we understand why and we contribute a little more to our lives every day. Therefore, knowing what we want to pursue and combining it with gratitude can be a powerful pill for our mind, preparing us ready to accept any obstacle and challenges that come in our way. With each passing day, we will have more courage and motivation, giving us another chance to contribute a bit more meaning to our lives. These thoughts are something that I constantly remind myself of every day, helping stay on the path I want to follow and encourage me to become a better and more mature person. Second, nothing would be worthy without sacrifice. The simple difference between successful and unsuccessful people lies in their understanding and acceptance of sacrifice. Individuals defined as unsuccessful in their life, they accept to leave bed early, working diligently, maintaining disciplines, sacrificing their free time to learn, improving skill, and put effort into even the smallest things to invest in their self-improvement. Let's take excellent students as an example. They must sacrifice their leisure time to complete assignments and review knowledge learned early from class. Similarly to those who want to cook a delicious meal, they must sacrifice time to learn, research ingredients, purchase needed things, and prepare a meal. The scale or level of success being mentioned depends on individual view or society's perspective, and it correlates with the level of sacrifice one is willing to make for what they consider successful. When this willingness to sacrifice is cultivated and consistently maintained day by day, success will eventually follow. To understand that concept, I remind myself each day not to hesitate to sacrifice a bit of free time to learn and do things that help my life grow. It is a futile to wish for this or that in life without taking any action to obtain it, isn't it? So the important part is to sacrifice and invest in learning and practicing what is necessary for personal growth. Eventually, the results will come regardless of the time it takes. Third, talent without hard work is useless. Someone who knows their strength, talent, and excel in a particular field doesn't achieve this through just a simple process like closing eyes and then waking up the next day with those talents or without any prior experience in that field. If they do know, they have been exposed to that field extensively and have overcome numerous obstacles before becoming an expert. The only way to know and be an expert about something is through consistently learning, exploring as much as possible into that things every day. For example, like someone good at dance will not become proficient and skilled in performance if they only daydream and don't practice. Similarly to the master chefs won't know how to cook a delicious meal without experiencing failure in cooking at least once in their life. Or a host cannot excel if they have never hosted a show or even in front of audiences. All expertise and mastery are acquired through continuous learning from one experience to another. Today's generation, we are surrounded by social media. We often see the information about individuals who have a massive assets, have a great life with a bunch of talent they show. We might even see some clips showing teenagers earning income equivalent or even greater than those who have been working for years. And yeah, we are naturally often drawn to these successful stories, but forgetting how much time, effort, and failure they went through to possess such results. The thing I really want to say is that we should remind ourselves that we should look at the process these successful individuals went through before achieving such results. We should use their journey as an inspiration to keep learning and investing in building our skill every day. With this mindset, we can take an active approach, proactively learning and improving necessary skills to be an expert in particular field. Once we take enough proactive steps, the talent will naturally come to us. We also save a significant amount of time by avoiding passive comparison with others around us. Fourth, you are the author of your life story. I'm pretty sure this is the quote that we've all heard at least once, and it's not unfamiliar to us, isn't it? But I still want to address here because it holds great significance and carries a positive and motivational message. Every individual, regardless of age, family status, or society position, is building and creating their own life story. And what makes it unique is that no one else's story can be exactly the same. Whether it depends and the story becomes meaningful and enjoyable or not, entirely depends on one perspective. Since I've come to understand this phrase better, especially as an ordinary person, I feel grateful for life because it has given me a capability that no one can take away or borrow from anyone else. That is the ability to be entirely in control of my own life. Thinking about life, is a bunch of events or circumstances that may occur and impact our life that we cannot foresee or control. However, ultimately, each one of us is the creator, actor, and scriptwriter, and all the stages of creating a story revolve around us. This way of thinking could give us more motivation in life, keep us stay calm, resilient, and overcome challenging in life with a positive and cheerful attitude. Because at the very least, even though some people might think that they may not be an important or famous person in society, but most important thing is they are an inseparable pieces in their life. Whether we find it interesting and feel proud of it or not is entirely up to us because we cannot predict the future, and the outcome depends entirely on whether we take the responsibility for our own story. Personally, I truly know that speaking is always easier than doing, and this phrase somewhere provides me with the comfort, sharing, and the motivation to keep going and continue writing my own story. More importantly, I wish that you could feel that way as I am, as we are together build, create the best story ever for our own day by day, and see the difficulties as a highlight that make it shine in every chapter of our lives. Fifth, we cannot always control what happens to us, but we can always decide how we react to it. There are events or circumstances that happen in everyone's lives, and whether these events are defined as lucky or unlucky is subjective, based on individual experiences and how we interpret them. When something occurs that aligns with our desire, we tend to become frustrated and complain. We spend almost the whole energy to just focus on the unwanted things to forget about there are more important things need to be done or to be taken care of. The solution we can control is to stop focusing on those for a few seconds, bring ourselves back to present, and ask ourselves whether we can control this situation or not. If not, then we should accept it and work our best to resolve it, especially by learning to accept the reality that we cannot control everything. This approach can help our days go more smoothly. The lesson we need to learn here is we should accept everything from the outside world as it is and stay calm while finding ways to solve the issue from within. It might sound easy, but I am also on a journey on learning and applying this phrase to my daily life. I believe that everything that happens to all of us, whether good or bad, has some meaning. Some we can understand in just 1 or 2 days, but there are also things that take a lot of time to comprehend. I hope that this way of thinking will make your day more positive and give you more inner strength to overcome obstacles and find more meaningful and joyful days in life. So the video will now come to an end. Thank you for going so far with me, and I hope you will enjoy my first video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below about your thoughts. And thank you everyone once again, and see you in the next video.